Welcome back to No Fall Weddings, part of the co-working universe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We got the Week 12 recap this morning. Basically, one big shakeup upset in the SEC and a bunch of other close upsets. And the biggest of those close upsets, we got to start with South Carolina and Texas A&M. Just before kickoff, we all get the news that Mike Elko, A&M's coach, has just signed a huge extension to make him the top 5 highest paid coach in college football. And how does his team respond? By being down 30-3 at home to an unranked South Carolina team. I can't even wrap my head around that. No top 5 team is ever down like that, especially at home. And when I say never, I mean never, because what they did has never been done before. 28-0 in the second half. As an SEC hater, what are you doing, South Carolina? Oh, yeah. How do you not score in the second half? 3 points. It's all you needed. 3 points. And I swear on all that is holy and good, I was at my mother's house during halftime, dropping my kids off, and I said, this game ain't over. They get ball first. If they go down and score, all that momentum is going to quickly shift. But that's what South Carolina does. I feel like they're the Purdue of the SEC, where once in a while they have this kind of big moment, big game, but for the most part, they just crap all over themselves. And you're up 30-3. You have to finish that game. You got the coach firing up the road crowd going in all cocky. You can't lose that game. And honestly, they should have lost the game by 8. A&M had 4 turnovers, an awful turnover up 1 with like 3 minutes to go. They actually should have just blown them out by the end of it. That's how bad of a second half that was. So looking at A&M, are you a good team? Can you be down 30-3 at halftime and consider yourself an elite team that thinks it can win the college football championship? Clearly, your offense is very explosive and can score that quickly, that fast, that much in the second half. They got guys in speed everywhere. Reed, Concepcion, they just got talent on that side. But can you be down that much and still be a good team? But let's get to the upset that did happen. Woso's Oklahoma Sooners. Boomer. Sooner going into Tuscaloosa and taking down Roll Tide. It's a huge shakeup in the SEC. Ever since Bama lost week 1 to Florida State, they have been rolling, pun intended. And it didn't look like anything was going to stop them, not with that Auburn team coming up. I know it's a rivalry, but maybe they were looking ahead. Oklahoma been playing pretty well lately, and Mateer's getting a little healthier, and their defense is coming around, and that is a huge win for Oklahoma. That catapults them right into the college football playoff. It does. I mean, that's, you go on the road, you get against a top 5 team, and you're already hovering around 13, 14. They are going to shoot up, especially with their rival, Texas, losing today. It's also a huge hit to Ty Simpson's Heisman chances. You know, he not a great game, had a bad pick 6, which we'll get to a little later in the play of the day. This Bama loss should drop them a few spots. I'm thinking they land around 6, 7. God, I hate myself. All right, let's do some quick hits around the country. Just mentioned it. Texas goes to Georgia and gets dominated in the second half, 35-10. Again, I think Georgia, talent-wise, is the second best team in the country. They clearly, they won back-to-back championships a couple years ago. They haven't lost the talent. I just don't think they've had the right quarterback. But the way Stockton's playing right now, I think with him and all that offensive talent, defense that's not great, not dominant like it used to be, but can still get it done when it needs to. I think it's them and Ohio State really fighting at the end. The Arch Manning Redemption Tour got squashed a little bit. I admitted on here he was playing really well the last 2-3 weeks, but this was the major test to see how well he's improved and how well Texas has improved. Yeah, failed that one. Ole Miss flirting with disaster again, squeaking by Florida. The score is going to look not as close as what it really was. Yeah, they won by 10, but Florida was up in the fourth quarter. They had 2 chances to go take the lead. Florida is not a very good team. This is just what Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin does. It's why you can't fully trust them when it comes to the college football playoff. Another major disaster in the ACC was Georgia Tech. I don't know what they were doing. Going up to Boston College, who only has 1 win this year, and just held on for dear life, kicking a game-winning field goal with 12 seconds left. Doesn't feel great. And when they asked their coach at the end of the game, yeah, he wasn't very happy either.
Coach Key, what did we just witness?
We won the game. We got a lot of work to continue to do, but we've got to win, and happy about that.
Georgia Tech doesn't get many shots at making a run for a championship. So when you have the quarterback and you have a good team, you can't squander it, and he knows it. That's why he was so pissed. So now with Louisville losing on Monday to Clemson, good job, Dabo. Good job. The odds of a Georgia Tech Miami ACC championship game are starting to get a little higher, which I think that's what we all want to see. We all want to see Hayes King versus that Miami defense. It's still going to take a couple more upsets, but the way they're happening in the ACC, I wouldn't put it past them. More close wins, this time in the Big Ten. USC and Michigan squeaking by. I turn on the game, and we're in Southern California. Why is it raining? Oh, because they're playing Iowa. Iowa's the only team that can travel with their weather, and it takes a game-winning, buzzer-beating field goal for Michigan to beat the nerds of the Big Ten. It's not very promising. All right, let's get to JP's personal games. First up, Notre Dame goes to Pitt. Don't piss off Marcus Freeman. Just don't do it. All week I had to hear about Pitt's coach saying that this wasn't an important game. It has nothing to do with the ACC. We could lose 100-0, and we could still win the ACC. You're playing Notre Dame, dude. I'm pretty sure your players, your fan base, the people that pay you thought this was a big game. So when you're just nonchalantly talking about, not a big game, what do you think's going to happen? Exactly what happened yesterday. Notre Dame spanks them, and these defenses getting stronger each week, and they have the best running backs in the country. CJ Carr is still having some freshman moments, but getting a little better repertoire with the wide receivers. And again, Jeremiah Love for Heisman.
Love. Jeremiah Love with a spin. Here he goes. Jeremiah Love.
Stop making this a quarterback award. He's the best player in college football. To my Buckeyes, a very expected dominant win over UCLA. I got a question about UCLA's quarterback who got a concussion last week and couldn't play. Now, he was the Tennessee quarterback from last year when Ohio State bent him over in half in the playoff. But if you have a concussion and can't play in the game, should you really be on a cross-country flight? Just my 2 cents. Is anybody going to score 17 points against this Ohio State defense? It's why I'm so confident that they can go back-to-back. Who's putting up 20-plus on them? And if you're going to do that, who's holding the offense to under 20? I'm just doing the math here. It's going to take such a bad game for Ohio State to play to take an L. But, man, it's not fun seeing Carnell Tate, again, missing a second game in a row. And then Jeremiah Smith, of all players, coming up limping a little bit. I know they're just doing it to be safe, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Please, please, please get healthy. And one last plea to the Big Ten. More Ohio State night games. God, are they awesome. All right, let's go to the play of the day. Heading back to Tuscaloosa, where Woso's Oklahoma Sooners get the upset. And the play that really sparked that upset, Eli Bowen, pick 6. To the house.
Yeah, that was close too. Because if it were, there's an interception on the first play thereafter. Eli Bowen down the sideline. He may go. Ty Simpson back there, can't tackle him. Touchdown, Eli Bowen.
All right, let's do a little week 13 preview. It's a slow week, not going to lie. It's kind of the ramp up to rivalry week. Kind of blame the SEC on that one because they love to schedule, the Colgates and the South Chattanooga states of the country. So hard to have a lot of good matchups. But we got USC at Oregon. That's a good one. USC's still just on the outskirts. It would be a huge win going to Oregon. And Oregon, believe it or not, doesn't have really any impressive wins. They keep winning, but they're just hanging around 8, 9, 10 because they don't have a good resume. So beating a top 15 as USC team, it would help them. They need it because without it, if they lose this one, it's going to be tough with that resume making 12-team playoff. And again, 2 other games that will have CFP ramifications. We got BYU at Cincinnati and Pitt at Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech needs to turn it around. You just saw Notre Dame completely dominate Pitt. You should do the same. Thank you for watching No Fall Weddings, part of the co-working universe. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see everybody next Sunday morning. And remember, if you're going to get married, don't do it in the fall.